Hey guys, welcome to the Texas Fly Fishing Report. It is Thursday, the 6th of August, Hiroshima Day 2020. And I hope you missed me while I was gone. But I wasn't really gone anywhere. I was just trying to accumulate enough information to make it worthwhile for you to sit here and last through one of these epic shows, which is what this may turn out to be. So pull up your folding lawn chair and unwrap that dreamsicle, and we're gonna go around the bend. I want to first put my props out to Aaron Reed. He won the Robert Haig-Brown Award for fly fishing journalism. It's not given out every year, and he won that for Fly Fishing Austin and Central Texas. That's a book I recommended before it even came out. Fly Fishing Austin and Central Texas. You can get it on Amazon. If you want a safe way to click through and go straight to it, go to my website, www.texasflycaster.com. Right there. Right here on the right hand side at the kind of top column there is an image of the book. Click on that and they'll take you straight to Amazon for you to buy it. And if you're an Amazon user like I am, you'll be logged in and everything, and that will work for you. This is a great book. Just the way it's done is perfect. You know, I'm going to elaborate because I have time to, and we haven't been on in a while. But I actually pitched Aaron as soon as I got into this book and what I saw and found out more about him as a person. I pitched him on writing a book for his 3 sons. He's got 3 kids, and so I pitched him on collaborating with me on another book, whether I just do the photography or do some of the writing, which you'll see my writing at texasflycaster.com, although it's kind of sporadic right now. And it's on the Devil's River. So my idea is to do the Devil's River as a document for his sons, one son at a time as they get old enough, and spend a few years actually, what it'll take no matter what, because the Devil's River, if you don't know anything about it, it's so unpredictable down there as far as drought and flood and all that, that sometimes that stretch is open and sometimes it's closed. You never know, but it's never been more hospitable than it is right now, and that's the Devil's River, man. I think that is a book and a half waiting to happen. There's nothing that I've seen that's worthy of the river itself and what you see there. So I've never been. I have to totally re-gear myself to go. Of course, I can reach out to my friends like Diablo Paddle Sports and folks like that who I've repped for in the past to get what I need. Great idea, I think, for a book. Devil's River, my 3 sons, put it all together and see what we get. Besides that, we've had a hurricane. Hey, just one of those deals, you know. Hurricane in July, very rare in Texas, hitting the Texas Gulf Coast. It doesn't happen very often. September, October are usually bigger months for hurricanes. I just saw the news tonight. They're predicting 25, 26 named hurricanes in the Atlantic seaboard, Atlantic region, or whatever you want to call it, for NOAA or whatever the hurricane service is. And that will go through the alphabet pretty quick because Hannah was H. And that one hit pretty much square on my favorite place on the Texas coast, Port Mansfield. So I haven't been there yet. Hopefully I'll get there this month or next month. I'm not promising anything right now. The Airstream sitting right outside is taking so much of my time to get that thing ready so that we can, that's our bug out trailer. We're going to bug out of here, or at least I am, and go to parts unknown and stay there and hide from everybody and everything and just cast a rod when the time comes. So we're probably into the winter time of having a 1970 Airstream Safari ready. I've got a new channel for videos on how to work on these things because I've worked on them for years, Airstreams specifically, vintage. And that is, what's it called? Airstream Diary. So you go to Airstream Diary YouTube channel, and I've got only a couple of videos up right now, but I'll have a couple more up in the next couple of weeks. And I've probably got 5 or 6 videos ready to go on that topic. Now, hopefully you guys are watching through and through on this, I always try to start with my fly fishing reports for Texas and hyperlocal, and then stretch those out to statewide. On the statewide level, the reports come to you courtesy of Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, the scroll at the end. The scroll at the end is a report that's conventional. So what you got to do is translate that as a fly fisher into fly fishing terms. Top water, mid column, bottom, depths, baits, and all that. You can easily translate that into wherever you are and whatever you want to do. Now, what happened was that hurricane formed so fast and came on so fast. I was thinking about doing a report the week that came along, but I wanted to wait and kind of see what happened. And my thoughts and my prediction was, that it's not rocket science. It's not like I'm a voyeur. But my thoughts were that the water in the system down there, which is the saltiest water on the Texas Gulf Coast because there's no river feed to it really, might pump things up a little bit. And sure enough, what I've heard is the mid-Texas coastal region is really doing crazy well right now for fly fishing in the flats and shallow areas and back in the marshes. So my gosh, if you're there, get on it. And if you're not there, get there, because you know, I get this way every year about this time, if not a little bit sooner, about the Texas Gulf Coast, because it is just an awesome place to go. And of course, in fly fishing, we all have our preferences. Some people want to go high mountain trout where it's nice and cool. That's fine. I've done that. I'm going to do it again, surely, in the next year or two because of the Airstream and being able to get away. But in the meantime, that trailer will roll to the coast just as easily, and it's downhill most of the way. And that's where we're going to go at some point, park and fish. The thing is, on the Texas Gulf Coast is, like I was saying, the water's higher because of the massive amount of rain that came with the hurricane. It's going to subside, the tides will level out. But one thing we've had in the last couple, I guess week, a little more than a week, since the hurricane, up until now, we've had a cool front in North Texas, which is just the craziest thing ever, and brought temperatures down to where the high was only like 90 degrees, just unbelievably good weather. And it helped on the hyperlocal level now, helped me with carp. There's plenty of carp out there, seeing buffaloes, seeing huge grass carp, just huge grass carp on Lake Ray Roberts, which is my hyperlocal place. That's my backyard basically. So that's where I go, and backyard 8, 9, 10 miles away. But that's where I go, and that's where I go at least once a week. So that place is on like Donkey Kong. If you stretch it out a little bit more, I did Bridgeport 3 times since I was last on, and Bridgeport's an interesting place. I have not been able to figure it out. I do have like the lake record for buffalo there. There's tons of buffalo in that place, and they eat. Strange. But I got all caught up in going after some gar that was just huge, and got one on the first time I tried, but I had an 8-weight rod, and this is like a 5 feet long gar, not an alligator, and an alligator gar. But so I was like, I need to reload. I got him on, he came off. Just bit the back of my fly off or whatever he did, and I didn't have really a fly to tangle him up in, so it didn't work. I go back all loaded for bear the next time, and I waited. I couldn't get back there for a whole week, and that was all it took. They weren't biting. They were there, but they were not. Just the whole behavior was different. I mean, I could see them biting and chasing the fly the first time, and they were in a shallow-ish 4, 5, 6 foot deep cove. Next time around, they weren't playing. They were out in the open water, and I just could not get them to play ball with me. So that was that. You know, the only thing that makes me hesitate from traveling right now and going to other places is this stupid virus. So that's really slowing me down, making me worry, because Texas is such a hot spot, and it's really slowed down the summer. It's just put a weird kink in everything. But so that's what's going on hyperlocal. Ray Roberts on. If you move out wider, the weather's good. The wind's coming from a weird direction, the northeast and east, and it's just really strange. And it's not very high wind, but it's just from a weird direction to make things a little more complex than they usually are. And you know, as we fly fish, there's all these variables. There's just tons of variables, and one of the variables that we certainly cannot control is the weather. And this year and last year were no exception to that. It's been some weird weather patterns for 2 years now. The water's at the right level here locally. The water across the state and all the lakes is pretty much at the right level. Now the flows probably will start tightening up pretty soon in the rivers, because the lake's at the right level means it's not raining, it's not flooding. That means the rivers are going to have to tighten up, and their flows will be cut as the lakes start to hold on to water for conservation reasons, and to provide water to the citizens of Texas. 2 more lakes have been added to the zebra mussel collection now, and that's no big surprise to me, but it's getting a lot of press and more money now that it's near Austin. Basically, Austin didn't care until the Austin lakes got zebra mussels, and now they care. It's costing millions and millions of dollars to municipalities and water districts to deal with these, clogging the pipe systems and all that. But now there's money to go around now that it's down in Austin area. So there you go. No surprise here. I predicted that probably 5 years ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, when this whole thing blew up. So that's that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've left out. You do want to contact me if you're interested in a guided trip on Ray Roberts for carp. My number is 940-380, down there, right there, 0408. And you can text me at that number and get added to the hotspot list and find out what's going on. And then I've got a list of people that get a text from me whenever I'm out on the water, and I can report on conditions or fishing, what you need, fly-wise and all that. I got it. I can tell you one specific thing, rolling backwards as I always jump around. The flies that carp are biting on Ray Roberts are unusual, and that they're going after green a lot. So I was throwing my typical tan and brown coyote carp fly, and they were just turning away from it. And I tied on a green fly, kind of a copy of the coyote, but with different materials. And I had 3 bang, bang, bang fish in a row. You'll see. We'll cut to it now and show the video. If we haven't shown it again already, I wouldn't mind showing that 2 or 3 times, because they were good fish. It was a good fight, perfect take, and that just because of the fly and changing the fly. You got to change flies. If you get rejected by a carp, change flies and try something else. I mean, if they get a straight on look at it, that doesn't mean the next thing, if it's a different fly, they won't eat. Usually they're gone by then, but take your chances, tie on another fly, take your time, don't get nervous, give it to them. Okay guys, I don't know when I'll be back again. You know, this Airstream, like I said, is taking a lot of time. I'm having to devote a lot more time to conditioning right now as well, as I approach 60 years old. Hey, I'm not going to approach it, I'm going to run it over. So you guys just stick with me here. It's going to be a fun ride, and we'll see just how well this goes with the increasing the intensity of the conditioning from what it was to what it's going to be for the rest of my life. And hey, you guys need to do it too. If you got a strong core on you, you can fish a lot longer and a lot harder, and you'll be able to get up the next morning and do it again. So that's the goal here, is to continue to be able to get up every day and go get it and go as hard as you can in the toughest conditions. And that's what I like about it. You may like an easier cigar and a whiskey, and sitting by the fire at night. But generally what I'm doing is going to sleep hard, get up in the morning and go do it again. And that's the salt life, really. Thanks for watching. I want you guys to have a great weekend. Watch the scroll. Call me, text me, whatever. Go to www.texasflycaster.com and buy that book by Aaron Reed. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. I guarantee you will not regret it. It is a really good book. Just enjoy the way it's laid out and the way it's formatted. And if you know Aaron Reed, you tell him that my book idea is a great idea. He's kind of on board, but he's probably kind of caught up in all the success he's having with this book. We'll let that die down, and then we're going to go to the Devil's River and see what happens there. I guarantee it. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Watch the scroll. Text me, call me. Anything you need, let me know. You can buy flies from my website. You can book trips. You can buy raffle tickets for stuff I'm selling. I'm selling trips right now. I'm selling these fly line mats. So, guys, if you don't check out the website, you're only getting about 25% of the story. There's 13 years of writing on that website. 13 years of information that I've written. So check it out. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Have a great weekend.